I thought I knew everything I needed to know about life coming from technology high school. One thing I always struggled with growing up was vulnerability. I didn't know how to do it. I was always taught to keep my problems to myself. I was always taught to never show that I am less than or weak or ask for help. And these were things that I grew up thinking I could never show. These were things that I grew up thinking were weaknesses. And with that being said, all throughout high school, I struggled so deeply to make connections with people on a deeper level because I would never show my vulnerability. People would cry to me. People would ask me for advice because I was I would always sympathize with them. However, when it came time to talk about my issues and what I went through, I couldn't. And coming to Bates, I was so excited about new experiences, new friends, a new environment. These were all things that were so new to me that I wanted to explore. And I quickly learned so much in such a short amount of time. One of my close friends here, Eric Redonia, I met through Prologue, and then I had a couple classes with him my freshman year. And we both were struggling in chemistry, and he would be very vocal about his struggle. And I would always admire him because I would be like, wow, you're so comfortable telling me that you're not doing so well. This is something so foreign to me. And when I was struggling, I was getting like 65s in my exams and doing so poorly, I wouldn't say anything because I thought, wow, my friends are going to look down upon me. They're going to be ashamed of me. Like, they're going to think of me differently. So I wouldn't. So I would always admire Eric Redonia because he would always normalize struggling. So it made me feel comfortable with him. And I don't know how he became comfortable with me, but I realized then, I was like, wow, I'm not comfortable sharing my downfalls. I'm not comfortable asking for help. And it took me a while to really realize, like, I want to form deep connection with people and let them know that I feel their pain. Because when he shared his struggle with me, I was like, wow, like, I am feeling the same way. Having said that, I began taking little baby steps and talking to my professors, letting them know that I was struggling and that I wanted to get better. So if there was any way that they can help me. But with my friends, I felt like a different type of pressure. It wasn't until one day I asked my professor from economics, Professor Murray, about trust. I was in his office hours asking him a lot of questions about econometrics. I remember asking him, like, randomly, how do you trust someone, Professor Murray? And he replied, you find people who you think are reliable. You tell them things that are very minor to you, and you see what they do with that. He did warn me that I would never really know I could trust someone or not. There isn't a certainty. There isn't a yes or no. And I am such a person that, like, it's either black or white. There's no gray area. And for me, not knowing if I can trust someone was a big deal breaker. But when he told me this, it just made me realize that I was just viewing life as a yes or no. I would view life as something where if I didn't know what was going on in the future, I wouldn't even go there. But the same thing happened here. I came to Bates. I didn't know whether this would be a good fit. I didn't know if I would enjoy my time. And what I've learned is that I'm a senior now, and I've developed such great relationships with individuals here. I've opened myself up to the possibility of being let down. I've deepened relationships with people that I would have never thought would get close to me. And it all came from just sharing my experiences and my sorrows. My great friends Eric, Amma, Anthony, Alia, Eva, Sarah, Julia, Jeff, Tess, Noda, and many more have taught me to give people and Bates a chance, and new places a chance. I would have never thought I would have ended up being an economics and math major. I would have never thought I would make friends that I am certain will be part of my future. And I say that Bates has been an eye-opening experience because I've learned both to trust myself and others. And I've learned to let people help me. Because one of the most important lessons is that I am not alone. And I should never be alone.